Well, hi everyone, welcome back. It's On Your Markus, live at Gluttony. We are, of course, down at the Hendrix Gin Lounge like we have been for the previous 2 weeks. This is week 3. Sitting on the Chesterfield with me right now is the delightful Jeromaia Detto. Jeromaia, how are you?
I'm fantastic. It's week 3 of Fringe, and I'm feeling like a second or third or fourth or fifth wind.
And you're dressed for the occasion, this hot weather.
Yes.
Awesome. I could have worn that as well because it is, well, it's actually not too bad in here, right?
We've got a bit of aircon in here, but outside it's good from here up, but the bottom is fleeced and lined.
Oh,
so it definitely heats up around the ankles.
I hear you. Like, try sitting underneath my hair. It's not always good.
I can imagine.
But When I Grow Up is the name of the show, and it is running until the 16th of March, which is this Sunday coming.
Yes.
Right here in Gluttony at the Valley. And how's it gone so far this year?
It has been so much fun. The show is a fully improvised physical comedy sketch show, so I get the audience to write down some suggestions of what they wanted to be when they grow up as kids, because that's what I'm trying to figure out what I want to be in the show. And I've got 200 props and costumes behind me. It's very silly, very fun. And there's just been some cracking suggestions that people have written down.
You know what I'm going to ask you, of course.
What have they written down?
What is the craziest thing that you've had written down?
I mean, here, I think, so somebody had seen me perform at the big naked comedy show that's happening here at,
That's right.
At Gluttony. And so they wrote that down, and of course I had to do it. So I had to do big naked comedy in my show. So I gave everyone a bit of a warning, and then, took my clothes off and did some stand-up. What else? I got Mermaid. Mermaid was real fun. Fire truck, professional Italian.
Wow, okay.
It's a very silly one that was good fun to play along with. And it's there's not so much like crazy kind of out there ones, but just really silly ones that just kind of make me stretch my brain just a little bit.
Silly's good, and you roll with it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So let's go back to when you were younger.
Yes.
What did you want to be when you grew up back then?
I had so many things. I think I was always interested in doing different things, and I was really lucky to have parents that were super supportive and, let me try heaps of stuff out. But the kind of main 3 were archaeologist, historian. Then I got into like detective, forensic science, and then engineering. I was really fascinated by how things work. But then on the side was always acting and theatre, and then I discovered improv, which is...
Look at you now.
Now I can do all of it, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool without any of the study or any of the HECS debt.
Now, it is not your first time at the Fringe. It's not your first time at the rodeo. This is your 5th year?
Yes.
Yes. So how have you enjoyed being involved in Adelaide Fringe so far?
It's been so cool seeing the growth of the Fringe, and I came twice before COVID, and then this year in the last 2 years. And just seeing that kind of growth, but not just within the festival, but the people around it as well, and the community has been fantastic, and getting to meet friends that I've hung out with Edinburgh and Perth, even people, I was in Launceston for a small festival last year and seeing some of those friendly faces around. Yeah, that's Fringe is all about community, and there's a whole bunch of it here, which is nice.
Isn't it though just a great big catch up for everyone all around the world? It happens twice a year, once at Edinburgh and then obviously here in Adelaide as well. Everyone gets together, everyone does their annual catch up, and it's so much fun. How have you found the energy for Adelaide Fringe this year? Because we've obviously had quite a bit of warm weather. Has the energy been quite exciting for you?
Yeah, I think people coming into it, everyone was really excited, and then obviously last weekend was pretty full on, so I think that's drained a lot of energy, not just from the performers but the punters as well with WOMAD, but there's still that magic and electricity in the air for the most part, and that's been exciting. When when you can find that and tap into it, it's pretty cool.
And so what other shows have you seen? Because you've been here for a little bit now.
Yes.
Have you caught any other shows, any of your Fringe shows? Can you recommend anything for us?
I've got so many recommendations of shows to see. I'd say Burton Brothers have just finished. They're fantastic. Elf Lions, of course, is amazing. Motorboat, Josh Glantz, Gary Starr. Go check out, it's a little old show. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. It's spelt CVNT.
Okay,
but
there we
pronounced with the naughty word.
Yep.
It's a wonderful Buffon show that explores all things to do with being a can't. Because can I say the other word? Am I allowed to say it?
You go crazy.
Cool.
Go crazy.
The show's called Cunt. It's on an up, and it'll be at the Migration Museum. And it's a phenomenal show that won awards at Melbourne Fringe. Tash York's Chaos Cabaret.
Tash York is amazing.
Absolute icon
Come
of the Fringe.
on already.
Yeah, there's just so much juicy stuff.
What about Madame Martha's After Hours Cabaret, Parisian Cabaret? Have you seen that?
I've not seen it, but I know the people behind it. I know Lockie and Jens and their team.
incredible.
I've known them for a few years because I did some shows with Jens back in Sydney about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yep.
And to see all of that come together is great. Skank
amazing.
Sinatra.
Oh, which starts, I think, this week. I
It
think
started
that one starts.
last night.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Just an amazing a bunch of performers, that troupe. I love them. So Adelaide Fringe, what does it mean to you?
Adelaide Fringe. Oh, that's a beautiful question. I think for me, Adelaide Fringe.
I only ask the beautiful questions. Come on.
That's true. Hey,
You know.
beautiful person, beautiful.
Ah, you little charmer.
What does it mean to me? It means, again, community. It means an opportunity to play in new ways. I think there's a spirit here that's different from Edinburgh, but again, different from some of the other festivals that gives you the space to try new stuff.
Yep.
Which is really exciting to do that. And I know that last year even though I'd done my show at that stage like 80 times or something, I was still adjusting and changing and moving through the show in different ways. So yeah, Adelaide Fringe is just fun. It's just beautiful, silly old fun, and I'm all for it.
Yes, absolutely. So how do you think the Adelaide audiences differ to the Edinburgh audiences?
It depends. I think there's a broader spectrum of audience here. Edinburgh audiences, although there's more people, they're there for the Fringe and they're there to see shows and engage with shows.
Yep.
And you can find your niche much more quickly. Whereas here, I think you got to kind of have that broader appeal to kind of hit those edges of your niche to try and get people in. So yeah, I think that they're a bit more mainstream. But that being said, compared to other Fringes, they're used to the Fringe experience, and especially shows like mine that have a lot of audience participation, a lot of silliness. Yeah, it's been good fun. They've been playing along pretty well.
When I grew up, how have the reviews been?
They've been great. Yeah, I've gotten 2 4-star reviews for the show, which is really nice. And that's been exciting. I think the show itself, it's a fully improvised show. So every night I'm literally walking on stage with nothing. I've got the 2.5 minutes opening that I've kind of written, and I've got the beats of that. But then it just depends on what the audience writes down. So with that danger, there's a lot of excitement for the show. So yeah, I've got a few more reviewers coming in this weekend. I've had some judges in, so we'll see what happens.
Fingers and toes, everybody.
Keep them crossed.
So everyone, Jeromaia, Detto, when I grew up, Tuesday the 4th of March, which is long gone, right up until Sunday the 16th of March, which is of course this Sunday, get along, it's at the Belly in Gluttony, right here, Rymall Park. Come to the Hendrix Gin Lounge first, get a little bevy into you, then go and check out this incredible show. Jeromaia, what an absolute pleasure. Have a great show tonight. How are the tickets for tonight? Are there still opportunities for people to get out?
Absolutely. Come grab your tickets tonight. And for those watching, there's a little discount code you can use. If you use the code word Mates Rates for tonight, you'll get $20 tickets, which is pretty good. Mates Rates, capitals, all one letter, one word.
When I grow up, everyone, get onto it. Everyone, we're going to have a little break. Jeromaia, all the best with tonight's show.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you again very, very soon.
Bye.
This
Get out of here, put you to say. Look how wonderful you are.
Magnus, you are a staple at the Adelaide Fringe. You love coming back year after year. I've known you for many years now.
Yeah, it's been, my first Adelaide was 2016, I think. No, oh my God, no, it was earlier than that. No.
It was
gosh.
a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long
You've
time ago.
You've been around.
Don't tell anyone, I'm super old.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You're holding it together pretty well.
Thank you, that's very
And
kind.
you know why you needed to hold it together very well? Because you have got not one show, not 2 shows, not 3 shows, but 4 shows.
Yeah.
And one of those shows you do twice a day. Let's talk about them. So there's the Adults Only Magic Show.
Bingo.
There's Kaboom. There's the Greatest Magic Show. And there's Circus, the show, which is one that you do twice a day.
Yeah, in this outfit.
Because Adelaide's not cool at the moment.
No, I've done 14-hour stage shows in the previous 3 days of the heat wave.
Yeah.
Last year when it was the heat wave, I did 11. So we're breaking the record. Yeah.
I like it.
But our company just does it this way. We do a lot of stuff all at once. There was, if I may, there was a thing last April where I was doing 5 shows a day in 2 different cities every day.
Holy
so I had
moly.
2 flights and 5 shows every day. So this is a doddle. Hey, bring on the weather. Hey.
I'm going to call you bonkers. I'm calling it.
That,
Because you are.
it wouldn't be the first time. Yeah.
They're
I
said
call
words.
bonkers on a semi-regular basis.
Hey, let's talk about the shows. Obviously, Kaboom, The Greatest Magic Show, and Circus, the show, are family-friendly shows.
Correct.
If you read between the lines, the adults-only magic show, everyone, is more for the adults. Don't bring the kids.
Yeah,
Get a
it's not a
babysitter.
trick. Yeah.
But let's talk about the family-friendly shows first. What
Cool.
are the 3? Tell me about.
There's I will go in order of how I go during the day. Kaboom is the starter. That's my solo science show that somehow wound up catering to neurospicy kids just like me. And that's a fun thing.
Snap,
Yeah.
Shazam.
Hey, well, I mean, look where we are. I mean, this
I
is
know,
where we're
right?
supposed to be. Yeah. So that's Kaboom, and in that one, I do a bunch of amazing, if I do say so myself, science demonstration stuff like elephants, toothpaste, and because this year I'm very excited because I finally at a level where that show is so successful. I have my own stickers, and I get to bring my big capacitor bank, which has never traveled before.
And I don't even know
Yeah.
what that is, but it sounds impressive.
It's like imagine a giant battery, but it has a trigger. It can unwrap Easter eggs with high voltage in 2 1,000ths of a second.
Don't most people keep them in the bottom drawer of the bedside table? I'm not sure.
Not those kind of eggs.
Oh,
That's
no.
the adult only
Oh,
magic
okay,
show.
gotcha,
Actually,
gotcha.
I travel with mine because you never know it's Fringe. You never know who you're going to run into.
Exactly.
Strike
and
whilst the iron's hot.
I mean, have you ever made it until you've got stickers for your show? I mean, come on.
That's
right?
always been my modicum of success.
Yeah.
I know I'm being
yourself a
paid the
sticker.
medium-sized bucks once you've got yourself your own stickers.
Stickers. In
Yeah.
the old days, it was business cards.
Oh, yeah.
They've moved on now.
No, if you've got your own stickers, if you start seeing your stickers on lampposts
Yep.
and in places that you didn't put them, you know,
made it.
you're part of the zeitgeist.
Okay, your next goal is magnets on fridges, all right?
Oh yeah.
I'm setting the challenge.
Oh dude, we're talking Gary Starr levels of fame here. Oh my gosh.
Now tell us about the next one with the Greatest Magic Show.
The greatest
What can we expect?
Greatest Magic Show has been going on for many years around here. It's a family friendly, 10 pounds of hilarious in a 5-pound bag. The 2 amazing magicians, Sam and Justin, come out and do.
I love those boys. They're great.
Don't you? Are they great? I know. It's a good thing I love them
relax.
because I'm with them all the time. Yeah. And it's been many years we've been touring together, and that show has just been. Everyone loves the show.
Totally.
Everyone loves the show. If you like things that are funny and magic, you can't lose. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the next one is the Circus the show.
Circus
2
the
times
show.
a day. Tell us about that one. What can we expect?
Well, that one's in the MORE, which is like a 740-seater venue.
Woo.
And we're doing that twice a day.
Yeah, wow.
It's a big deal. We've got a absolute plethora of incredibly amazing international superstar acts that are coming, and every single one of them a master of their craft. I put them all together into one big show, and that is the show I'll be bringing to the people of Adelaide twice a day.
And we need it and we crave it.
I love this about Adelaide.
Now, I mean, that's massive. And now, so all 4 shows are running right up until the 23rd of March, which is another
All the
2
way to the
weeks
end.
away.
Yeah, 2 more
Bonkers.
weeks of this good stuff.
And then you don't fall asleep because you then start traveling the world, get out about and do festivals, all of that. Crazy.
Yeah.
But before we get on to that, quickly, adults only magic show, which has been in Adelaide for a while. What can we expect from that this year round?
Okay, this is very exciting because not only is there a whole bunch of new stuff in the show, but there's a whole new cast member in the show for Adults Only Magic Show who, I mean, without putting too fine of a point on it, is jacked AF. This is one very, prime piece of, beef.
Is it too late to get a ticket for tonight? I'll get online
we'll
right
sort
now.
you out. No, we'll sort you. Oh yeah, you got to see Richard in all of his glittery, oiled-up glory.
'Cause this
and you see a
show-
lot of me in that show.
I remember.
like a lot of me. Oh
Yes.
This
This costume does not exist.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy, it's my one chance to cool down.
Yeah.
Like throughout the day.
I'm only naked because it's
Yeah.
hot. I promise
Yeah.
it's not part of the act. Now, Magnus, I know that you're a busy man. You are about to. What channel is it? Because you're about to go and do the weather.
Oh yeah.
What station?
I'm gonna say 10.
Let's
That's
go.
its chapter
I think it
station.
might be Channel 9.
9.
Oh, actually, I've got no idea.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me. They didn't tell me about this. But I know for a fact, Magnus is about to shoot out of here and go and do the weather cross. So whatever station it's on, switch the stations. I don't know. It might be 9. I'm pretty sure it's 9.
How many are there?
There's old school is
4,
4.
5?
There's 4. There's 4. Well, no, 5 if you include SBS.
Oh, well, you got to include it.
And then there's the community stations as well. It goes, you know what? And then there's Netflix.
A million things.
He's doing the weather cross on
entertainment
Netflix.
headquarters. Yeah. You're doing weather cross on Netflix.
Could you imagine?
Boy. Man,
That's
it'd be
another career.
a lot more boobs.
Maybe we should do the weather cross right here on On Your Markus. That would be fun.
Here we go. And in this region, you can see, yes, the cyclone is
Humidity.
Yeah, high humidity. Yeah. Your hair is like a barometer.
See, there we go. And that's the weather cross, everyone. We'll be back with sports right after the break.
Sports? Yeah.
Magnus, have a great 2025 Adelaide Fringe. What an absolute pleasure. Give me
Oh
a
my
big
gosh.
hug.
Oh, you are 10 pounds of lovable in a 5-pound bag, Markus.
We'll be back.
Thank you.
We'll be back very soon for more. And stick around. We're going to have a quick break. Thanks, everyone. And we're back, everyone. Hey, we've got a very special guest coming on the Chesterfield with me very, very soon. But for now, what we're going to do while we're waiting for that artist who's quickly running down the pathway just out there to get to us, we're going to do another top 5. What I absolutely recommend you go and see is Adults Only Magic Show. Make no mistake, it is very much adults only and it's incredibly cool. I'm going to see it probably tomorrow night or the night after. I saw it last year, it's bonkers good, but this year there's a bit of a new cast happening in it as well. So get along and see that one. Obviously that's down at, that's obviously down. 1 second, we've got our artist giving us a call right now. Hang on 1 sec. There we are. Our producer over there is taking that. And then An Introvert's Guide to Extroverts is another really good show right down here at Gluttony. Get along to that one. I've heard only good things about that one, and that one I'm going to check out next week. So the other thing that I really want to push is Back to Black. The music of Amy Winehouse is a really good show. Get along to that one. I thought that one last year, amazing. But I said this last week, but Ben Hart up close, insane. Get along to see Ben Hart, a funny comedian who is just like mesmerizing with what he delivers. I think our artist is lost, but that's okay. Our producer's going out to try and find him. It'll all be good. And then another one I really want to recommend is Circus the show. This is absolutely family friendly. This one, get along and see it. An incredible cast, hilarious. And what they do, what they achieve on stage is just unbelievable. So while we're waiting for our guests to turn up, what I just want to say to you all is our next artist is a circus group from Africa. They're absolutely amazing. Their talents are unbelievable. They've just started their run this week. They were here last year. I saw them. Haven't seen them this year yet, but we're going to find out all about the show very soon. But get along and make sure you get tickets to that one, which we'll tell you about very shortly. If you've got any questions, so don't forget when the artists are on, if you've got any questions, shoot them through. I'm monitoring the questions as we go along. So ask the questions, we'll engage, have some fun, and you know what? Stick around, there's going to be a whole lot more. We're going to have another quick break as we try and find out where our artist is zipped off to, and we'll be back with him very shortly. Stick around, everyone. And we are back, everyone. I'm really excited because I checked out this show last year. It's absolutely a killer. I'm so excited they're back. Please, everyone, welcome to the Chesterfield. Jeromaia, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Welcome back to Adelaide, my friends. You have a great time here, don't you?
Yeah, that's why we're back.
Yeah.
Last year was an amazing experience.
We can't keep you away.
Oh.
Because last year was your first year, wasn't it?
Exactly. Last year was our first time here in, how do you say, at the Fringe.
Yeah. Yep.
So we had a great time, and that's why we're back.
And you just travel the world with your show. The show is, of course, called Cirque Kalabanté, Afrique on Cirque.
Yeah.
And you just travel the world with it, don't you? You go everywhere.
Yeah, this show is a really popular show.
Yep.
It's been touring now for three years now.
Yeah.
And everywhere we go, people love this show. Love the show, yeah.
unbelievable the things that happen on stage. I mean, you know, of course we've got that guy that just bends himself into like so many different contortions, incredible. And then just this physical strength that you see on stage is unbelievable. It's such a good show. But then there's the music side of it as well, right?
Yeah. So this show, African Cirque, is inspired by the daily life in Guinea.
Yeah.
So everything you see in the show, it's like the way we live back home.
Yeah.
And beside that, we add like circus skills with that, and all the tumblings, all the dance, all the culture come with it.
Unbelievable.
So, you know, it's a lot of physical, like act and the music, like come with that, you know. So it's really important to have the music because it's keep our soul alive.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's unbelievable to me because you actually put on, I mean, for those of you that saw it last year or have already seen it this year, they put so much effort and, you know, style into the actual staging as well. Like, there's a lot that goes on the stage. And for those of you that know how Adelaide Fringe works, it's kind of like next show, next show, next show. So the turnover of like moving a show in and moving a show out is really fast. How you do all of that in such a quick time is like, wow, credit to you.
Yeah, I think Gluttony, they're doing a really great job. They have really good technicians. So it's really, really fast. As soon as you finish, you grab your thing, the other show have to be ready.
Yeah.
So you have to be professional.
Yep.
So as soon as you finish, move things and, you know, you have to be aware of what's going on the stage.
Oh my goodness.
So it's really a good experience, and seeing all the artists backstage getting ready. And you know, the energy is just fabulous.
I love it, and you definitely bring the energy, definitely for sure. So has the show changed in any format from last year?
From last year, it's same thing, but always the show is always different.
Yep.
In you know. It can be like, for example, my solo, when I do something, you know, I don't have to do it all the time the same, you know. I have to play with it. It depends the vibe. It depends the audience, you know. It's the, you know, like our contortionists, you have to feel with, you know, like the music, the vibes. Sometimes it's really hard.
Yeah.
So that change things too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's just great.
And you've definitely come back to Adelaide during a bit of a heat wave, haven't you? Because it's pretty hot out there.
It's really, really extremely hot inside. In the tent, it's really, really hot.
What happens up on stage? Holy moly. As we were saying before, everyone, you know, Afrique on Cirque travels the world. How do you find the Adelaide audiences compared to the other audiences around the world?
Yeah, like... let's say, for example, when we were in Edinburgh in the US, you know, it's very good, you know, people, you know, react with the show.
Yeah.
And also in Adelaide here, like one movement, people start screaming, you know, so for us, it's really good. It gives us energy to give more. More you receive, more you give, you know, so... We love the audience here in Adelaide. It's just really great.
And it's a great big cast. Like, how many people have you got in it this year?
This year we are 10. 10,
wow. That's awesome.
Last year we were 12, and this year we are 10.
Fantastic. Now, coming back to Adelaide, obviously, for the second time, is there something you look forward to when you come back to Adelaide? Or is there a favourite beach or a bar or a restaurant that you were looking forward to getting to see?
Yeah, I think last time when we were here, we went to the beach and discover a little bit of the town too. And but we don't have much time because we perform every single day. So, but you know, you meet great people, and the food, everything is on the site. So it's good, and you meet great people like you.
Well, we're friends for a year now, aren't we? Happy anniversary! Yay.
Thank you.
I love that. Oh my God, we'll go out for dinner later. So everyone, Yamusa Bangora, like seriously, the group is called Kalabanté, Cirque Kalabanté, and like they are just phenomenal, like really outstanding. You were one of the, you know, the greatest highly reviewed shows from last year, and obviously this year is probably going to be the same as well. I haven't seen it yet this year, but I will. So it's called Afrique on Cirque, everyone. Get onto the Gluttony website, gluttony.net.au or adelaidefringe.com.au and search for Afrique on Cirque. Get along and see the show. It runs right up until the 23rd of March.
Exactly.
You are going to be tired.
Yeah, but we still will have energy for you, so don't miss it. Come, we'll be here.
And it is playing at the Flamingo in Gluttony, so it's the large space. I mean, that's a lot of seats in there, and you fill it up every single time. Right here in Gluttony at Rymel Park, like I said. Mister, my dear friends, what got you? Let's just, before we say goodbye and all that and rush you off to do your show, what time is your show tonight, by the way?
It's 8:20.
8 o'clock. So it's 6:45 at the moment, everyone. If you live around the city area, get into Gluttony. There are still tickets available for tonight, maybe?
Exactly.
Right, so come along and see the show tonight. Come and have a little beverage down at the Hendrix Gin Lounge. Go and get something to eat at one of those incredible food carts out there, and then go and get tickets for tonight's show or tomorrow night, whatever you can manage.
Yeah.
Come along. But what got you into the arts and entertainment industry when you were growing up?
Yeah, growing up, I was, like a kid with, a go-getter, like somebody who's always looking for things. And I saw like Circus on TV.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. Yeah. And then I get involved with Circus Baobab, which is a company from Guinea, where I went to the school there. And from there we traveled Europe, Africa, and then I had a contract to go to Canada with Cirque Louise.
Yeah.
And from there, and I worked for Cavalier, Cirque Soleil, like all of circuses in Montreal. So, and I decided to create Kalabanté.
Yeah.
And, to show people how African we see circus, and with all the instrument we got, like the kora, which is an ancient instrument, and also with the big drum we call dundum, which is like really, really you feel with your soul and your heart, and we wanted to, give to the audience. We know people need that, and we want to give the energy to the people.
Yeah.
So what I will say, I will recommend everybody to come see this show. We're coming far, and then we want you guys to be here and just do party with us.
Please come out and support. And Yamusa comes out and says hi to everyone after the show. Please make sure, he's one of the most charming, beautiful, energetic guys. So much heart and soul. So make sure you come and see the show, hang around after, make sure you get a photo with him, say hi to him, because like I said, a beautiful energy. And we need more of that in the world, right? Don't we? Yamusa, happy 2025 Adelaide Fringe. I'm so looking forward to seeing the show. And enjoy the show tonight. I hope it goes really well.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh my gosh, absolute pleasure. Afrique on Cirque, everyone. Get onto the Gluttony website, get your tickets, and come and support these incredible artists. Yamusa, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my dear friend. Thank you.
We're going to have a break. We're going to be back with one more artist very soon.
Thank you.
And everyone, we are back with our final guest for this afternoon. This is week 3 of Adelaide Fringe. We're going to wrap it up with an incredible troupe. They've come over direct from the UK. Please, everyone, welcome Esther and Polly. And the show, coincidentally, is called Polly and Esther.
Yeah, we're not normally introduced that way.
The Esther and Polly sounds like a new,
like a crime,
a down under way of doing it.
Well, everything's a crime if you do it the right way.
Absolutely.
I get out. What can I say? First of all, welcome to Adelaide.
Thank you.
I know it's your first time. I know you've popped here before. What do you think of it so far?
Hot.
It's
very
hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're kind of in a bit of a mini heat wave right now.
We are having a bit of a mini heat wave, and I'm having a bit of a mini meltdown, and that's okay.
We are. I think that's the Fringe. Why not have one? It's very hot, but I think anything comparable to the UK right now is boiling.
Yeah, we had sort of, I think there was like a week where we were having like -2, -3, like just before we came. So
Yep.
I really like the heat. I'm having a lovely time.
And me, we did burn on our first day very
we
briefly.
did, yes.
Burnt our lesson very quickly.
Yeah. But the city itself is really beautiful. Like,
I'm so glad you said that.
Finally had a chance to explore today. So I went down to the Botanic Garden, a lovely time.
That's my happy space.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Went to the art gallery, saw some really weird art, and yeah, it's
Did you see the horses?
Yes, oh my God,
Isn't that odd?
That's the one that I keep talking
That's
about.
like, yeah.
We were trying to suss out what it actually means, but I guess the best art maybe doesn't necessarily have meaning.
Exactly. If art provokes, forget about the meaning, right?
Exactly.
And then there's that big string.
The big string room,
Yeah,
that was
that's
lovely. That was the
full on.
thing. I like a room. I like walking into an art space. It's like a room that's like a
Lots
walk-in
to look at.
experience.
Yeah.
So you're rating Adelaide so far?
Yeah.
So far, so
This
good.
is good. Well, anything could happen because I know that you were at Morpheville Racecourse the other day, and
Yes.
you certainly saw a couple of experiences go on.
the side of Adelaide.
Lots of locals, yeah, lots of locals, lots of interesting characters. But I guess coming from the UK as well, there's a huge drinking culture in the UK, so we're not a stranger to a bit of a rowdy bunch. So
Well, you've come to the right place.
Yeah, we do so many gigs at home as well where we have to sort of battle the Huns and the bottomless brunch crowd. So
yeah,
we can handle pretty much anything. I
lots a
think.
couple of straight boys.
Now, you've obviously done Edinburgh before, haven't you? Based on what you've experienced so far with Adelaide Fringe, what are you seeing differently that we do in Adelaide Fringe that happens in Edinburgh Fringe?
I think the pace feels slightly more glacial here, I would say. It just feels not in a slow way whatsoever, but Edinburgh is so, a room like the one in right now could have 6 different shows going on at the same time, and it's all like jam-packed and just literally overflowing with arguably too much at times.
I agree.
Whereas here, it just feels like you're walking through like here in Gluttony. It's this beautiful park where there's maybe, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but like it feels like 10 venues or something like that.
Yeah.
Which are having shows. There's a lot less variety, but like it leaves you able to cover more ground and
It feels a
catch
bit more
more
bespoke
stars.
in that way, I
Yeah.
think, which is
Think
quite
so.
nice. A bit more boutique, a bit more bespoke. Like it feels like there's, because there's a smaller selection of artists putting on work. Like it feels like there's more opportunities to see everything.
Yeah, totally.
Which is really nice, actually. I do think Edinburgh has a real issue with kind of being oversubscribed, both audience and artist-wise. But yeah, so far we've felt very taken care of by the team here at Gluttony.
That's
and
great.
All the other artists are really lovely and really chatty and really social, and yeah, it's lovely.
Well, there is
It's very
definitely a happy
fun.
vibe here. Wait till Friday and Saturday night because
Yeah.
the street
So
gets closed off. There's the dining up and down.
It's
It's
really about the food on the street and we're
Yeah.
excited. Like,
You went
it
to
feels
love.
also like a festival or a pride parade
Yeah.
or something, and kind of this is the vibes we're getting at the moment. So I think we're both really excited to see.
The first time I walked into Gluttony, it felt a lot more like a festival than Edinburgh does. Edinburgh feels
like an arts, like
yeah, it felt like a music
Event.
festival
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
Walking through Gluttony that
Yeah,
first-
it's a vibe.
first day.
It's a vibe.
great.
Now, I've just had a comment on our stream because we're going live, like you know.
Oh, great.
But we've had Zoe say, "Oh my God, I love your vibes. You both are gorgeous." And you know what, Zoe? I can tell you they absolutely are, and they know it. So thanks, Zoe. Please make comments if you want to ask any questions as we go along. Everyone, you know the deal. Don't be shy.
these we're not.
So obviously, what we haven't spoken about yet is the show. So the show is, like I said, Polly and Esther. It runs from the 11th of March, which is tonight. Last night, right up until Sunday, the 23rd of March, which is the end. So 2 weeks of shows at the Lark, right here in Gluttony, Rymel Park. What is the show about?
It's kind of a highly fictionalized version of our origin story as best friends, performing partners, and drag sisters. That's a very short elevator
Very
version of it,
very
but it's-
short abridged version of the plot there. I think it was just we wanted to explore what it was to explore the themes of family, but not just the family that you're born with, but the family that you choose through life, because everyone, and it's very specific to the queer community, but also I think everyone has those friends that they find along the way that end up being like a part of their extended family.
Yep.
And so our show wants to explore what it is to maybe find those people that really get you, that you find along the way, and attribute like these gorgeous qualities to your personality, and add the bits of you that you may be lost in certain parts of your life, etc.
That's certainly the heart of it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But it is also really, really silly and really stupid.
It's so silly. Yeah.
We love silly. Silly is
Lots
good.
of escapism.
Well, I say the first thing I always say as well when people try and tell me like the selling points, it's the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is a musical, so we have lots of singing in it, and
Oh, so live singing.
live singing.
Awesome.
I mean, the UK drag scene itself, because I know in Australia, drag is very much lip sync,
Yeah.
comedy, and hosting, and which is fantastic. We love it. However, the UK is very much rooted in live singing and cabaret.
Especially Cardiff, where we're from.
In Wales. We're from Wales, just so we're not Poms. But in Wales, particularly, it's a lot of live singing. So we wanted to capture that as well in our show, and so we, as drag family and chosen family as well, have very different tastes.
Yeah.
But there are linking points to us as well. Like,
We've got a couple of crossover points. Like, I'm much more like Judy Garland through sort of Annie Lennox, Kate Bush,
Oh,
and
love all that.
whereas I'm more of like the power pop girl, like kind of the
Taylor Swift,
Taylor
Rihanna.
Swift, Sabrina Carpenter,
Yeah.
like top 40. But then we do have music that top 40. But not say Judy Garland can hit the top 40, but
she's had her time.
yes, exactly. However, we do have parts of the bridge there. We've got Charlie XX. We both enjoy Lord as well.
Yeah.
I know, which is a Kiwi, isn't she?
Yeah.
But we've got lots of music.
both like a bit of Kylie.
Yeah, I love Kylie.
Yeah. So we do have our crossover points, and I think that's also like, I think one of the sort of things that I think works for us as a performing duo and as friends is that I think we're so different as drag artists, but with what kind of glues us together is like this commitment to performing, this commitment to telling like a fun story, and this commitment to having a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
Being
So I think-
silly, it's the silliness is the
Yeah.
thing that keeps the show together.
And I think
so.
people often would look at us and think, guys, you guys shouldn't work together, which is why it works. I think it's
Yeah.
one of those things. Kind of like an odd couple
From
thing.
day one of writing the show, we had the audience response was always like, it really shouldn't work, but
But
for
it
some
does.
reason
But it does. So how long have you worked together for? Or known each other for even?
We've known each other for, like, officially about 4 or 5 years.
It feels longer, but
Feels like a lifetime.
We do have a slight origin story, which is not explored in the show, which is how we first began to speak, which was through a particular dating app.
I mean, we'd worked in similar circles. Like we come from the same town in Wales,
Yeah.
which is quite a small town.
Yeah. But never met when we were growing up.
No, we had similar friends. We both had similar interests. We both were part of the theatre groups that were actually rival theatre groups.
Yeah.
But we didn't know each other. But I knew of your name, and I think you knew of my name as well at the time. And then it wasn't until just after lockdown in the UK with the COVID pandemic, so 2021.
Yeah, 21.
I think it was
early 21.
And no, it was 2020. It was.
Oh, that year.
Yeah,
2020 was
2020, the year.
Wow.
2020 was the year that we started
Started speaking
on said app.
well-known LGBT social media app that goes boo boo.
We all know that sound.
We were convinced that we were like the love of each other's lives, and then we never met because it was COVID. And then I ended up like ghosting Polly for a while.
Oh, wow. It's all coming out, everyone. There's going to be a breakup right here on the stage.
This is documented.
Yeah. You can't take it back now. It's live.
I was really sad.
But then unghosted and I friend zoned, which is slightly kinder.
Yeah.
Disagree.
I love this.
No, it's just I'm having like floods of these things back because I fall fast and hard as well. I remember I was sat there at the piano like learning your favourite piano.
Oh.
We had never met, babe. It was just I was psychotic. Like it was COVID was going on. I was stuck in my house and I was just doing it.
I feel like I need to bring in a counsellor or something just to workshop all this.
Already done.
I've been there.
But about a year or so later, I decided I wanted to pick up the wig, pick up the makeup brush, and start drag. So I messaged Polly because Polly's been doing drag for much longer than I have.
She's calling me old. That's
Yes,
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just like hit after hit, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
And that's how our show goes.
Yeah, because I've been doing it for just short of 10 years now.
Yeah. Yep.
And you have,
yeah, 4 years.
4 or 5 years now. So I took her under my wing and we sort of ended up just finding that we meshed really well creatively.
We started doing some gigs together around Cardiff, and then we were like, we think there's something here, like we should.
Well, originally we were going to write a
show.
jukebox musical
Yeah.
for Lord's music.
Yeah.
And then that
Okay.
sort of where this all started, and then
And now there's no Lord in the show at all.
not at all.
Holy moly.
There was, and then we actually got.
Yeah, she's been cut.
I think you need to come back and do 2026 already.
I've
Like,
already written
lock you
the
in.
show like plot, with, like roughly, but
Polly and Esther, I mean, what an absolute delight. Everyone, get along. There's the show title there, Polly and Esther. They're obviously not in full costume just yet because, you know, time frames and all that kind of stuff. I know that you need to go and get ready for the show. What time is the show tonight?
It's on at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, all right. So I know you've got a lot of work to
We also
do.
just wanted to leave a bit of an element.
A bit of mystery, a bit of mystery. So the show is called Polly and Esther, everyone. It's from, like I said, Tuesday last night, right up until the 23rd of March, in Gluttony at the Lark. Happy 2025 Fringe. Hope it's extremely successful for you both. I'm going to come along and see the show.
Gorgeous.
I cannot even wait to see the costumes. I can't wait to hear the songs. You have me at Annie Lennox. I mean, come on, please. So that wraps up not week 3. That wraps up tonight's episode, everyone. We're going to be back again tomorrow night, which is Thursday night, for even more. Thank you so much for watching, and we're going to see you back here at the Hendrix Gin Lounge tomorrow night from 6 o'clock. Tune in, everyone. Cheers, be kind, be safe, and get out and celebrate arts and entertainment.